and giving away a free kick, which I thought was a little bit harsh, but the intent was enormous.
Hurley.
First time he's been able to get away from Warnock for a little while, and this is a big kick to start the quarter.
Check in with the doc shortly. I saw it three-quarter time. There was Doc Reed, the Bombers doctor, getting over to Hurley. He did a couple of run-throughs, some discussion with the fitness staff. Just we'll find out from Dr. Peter Larkin soon if everything is okay with this man. He's been quiet tonight.
Yeah. Kicked 11 of the last 16 goals, the Gold Coast Suns. Huge kick.
They're all set on the line because he's going to have to send it 52 metres. Hurley's got it on line. It's all about the journey. He's got that covered as well. And the Bombers, just like that, back within a point.
It says a bit about Michael Hurley, I reckon. That was a very big kick to start the quarter. Gets you back even, gets you on a roll. And he sort of wanted that. He didn't look like missing that, BT.
Let's get down to Dr. Peter Larkins. Doc.
Yeah, Brian, he took a heavy hit in the last quarter just in a contest. More winded, I thought. They had a couple of words to him over a couple of minutes, Michael Hurley, and didn't come off the ground. So I reckon at three-quarter time they were just clarifying that he hadn't developed more soreness around that rib and lower back area where he got crunched.
It's fairly fired up Bombers coach James Hird at three-quarter time. He took the group away on their own at the start. He had 5 minutes, some real verbal, in-your-face style coaching, and then again an impassioned plea reminding them just how important tonight is.
Yeah, you don't have to see Hurdy like that. If we get a chance, we'll show you that. At three-quarter time, here's Carmichael Hunt inside the forward 50 for the Gold Coast. The wraparound tackle by Aaron Hall. A little bit of soccer there from Ricky Dyson. He was careful to see that not to get it out into open space.
A little bit of a side interest for me is Ablett, 34 disposals, 7 tackles, 2 goals, 1. He's had 21 contested possessions, 11 clearances. Looking to be the first player in the modern era to have 3 consecutive 40-possession games since Champion Data have been recording statistics.
That would be an outstanding feat, Das. I wonder whether 9 Brownlow medal votes would go with that. Outstanding feat by Ablett.
How many? He got a lot of votes last year in losing teams, so we know that he can attract them.
Kick a short, marked by Hall. Been very impressive, Hall. Goes long and deep again. Gee, Bock got one in the back there, I think. Or was it a hold? It's a hold against Bock. It'll go to Fletcher. Over the top to Hibbard. Hibbard through the middle of the ground. Takes on Bennell with a ripping kick, and Hurley marks. Same distance as the last kick. Better angle.
We'll get excited about this man, Richo. He's just got the ability to turn a game in a short space of time, hasn't he?
Well, he reacted a lot quicker then. That turnover at half-back. Essendon got the ball moving quickly through the corridor, and Warnock got caught out.
5 metres.
He lost his starting position on Hurley, and he got 5 metres very quickly. And he's
last Bomber lead
straight at the goal.
Last Bomber lead was 10:40 into the third quarter. Here is Hurley from 52 out directly in front. It's offline, and scores will be level. There's that vision we're talking about with James Hird, Das, that you saw at three-quarter time. He was fired up.
Yeah, this is right at the start. Didn't break them into their lines. He grabbed them early and eyeballed a few of them and just said, effort nowhere near what we expect from this group. You let one go here. It's an opportunity to start with 3 wins, the first time they've done that since 2000. And he knows how massive a game like tonight is in the context of their whole season.
Zara Rakic to Pears. Pears around the corner with a good ball. Reemers played on immediately. Ryder, a little bit of a nudge on Lynch. Here they go. Ryder's got the body position. Just that clever little deft tap, and Lynch pretending he fell on the ball and knocked it over. Nicely disguised by the young man Lynch. 79 points apiece. Fraser going back to his young days there. Prestia. Handball off to Tape. In the end, Howlett tries to barge his way through.
Loved it tonight. We haven't seen loose men at either end of the ground. Probably the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game, but since then it's been one-on-one inside forward and back.
Shot of Hocking's tag on Ablett. There's Alwyn Davey. Cramery got the arms free. G's strong. Riscatelli, Brennan. Been brilliantly umpired this game. They've virtually been unsighted, the umpires in this game. Hocking Kick to the top of the square. Danger. Knocked down. Cranberry. Goal. It's that easy and that quick. The Bombers hit the front. Cranberry has 4 goals now and done a very, very good job. Cranberry's goal, his 4th of the game, on the left boot to put the Bombers back in front by a goal. Plenty of time in the last remaining. Here's Ablett. Handball by Shaw, back to Harbrow. Harbrow needs to be tidy with the boot. That's a little risky. Bombers get around in numbers. You just get the feeling, gaining the ascendancy at the moment. A high ball to the Bomber attacking 50. Off hands Harbrow. Out to the wing, here's Matera. Hardingham's got him. Did well, Kyle Hardingham, son of Toot. Jetta. Monfries. The little man Hall went to ground when he should not have. And was it deliberate from Dyson?
Skill error.
Skill error, says the umpire.
Yeah, well umpired. That's exactly what happened. He didn't intentionally push that one across the boundary line.
Keep going in and out on
Feels this next goal for me, Richo, is enormously important. If Essendon get another one, perhaps they run away with it. If the Gold Coast come back, that doubt just lingers in the Bomber players' mind.
Just need to get the ball in their hands and get it moving forward and just settle it down for a minute or two, the Suns. They haven't been able to do that to start this quarter.
Play deliberate here against Trent McKenzie for just walking it across the boundary line.
Yep. No attempt to keep it back in. Hurley might well have got a free there. There's Warnock, the man that Richo says he got in Richo's head because he's just there all the time.
He's just niggling. You saw it then. He's just a niggly defender.
Live and interactive we are, of course, tonight. Channel 7 footy. Get involved.
Can do that through Fango, of course. Toyota Fango via Twitter. Opportunity ground level picked up by Brennan. Little waltz out kick found Riscatelli.
Just need to settle it down. We've got possession of the ball now. Just need to maintain it.
Well, that's what he's there for, his experience, Richo. He's doing exactly as you asked.
Just don't want to go too far back. They've gone back 30 metres here and the Bombers are pressing up on them.
And boy, opportunity for them to come out of defence and find Lynch down low. He plays on with an absolute shocker. Not a bad beard, is it?
It's doing a little bit, that one. He's got a good tan, that bloke, with the white beard.
Plenty on that beard. There's Warnock. That annoying fist that Richo hated. There's Carmichael Hunt. A leisurely stroll on a Sunday afternoon. He got himself in amongst 5 Essendon players and all of a sudden they converge and he says, oh boy, what do I do now? This game's 360 degrees. And a free kick will be paid to the Bombers. Hibbard.
Which is almost a professional one there, Maverick Weller. There's your man BT.
Santa Claus, yep. And the Suns.
Seen a bit of sun.
Seen plenty of it.
Hibbard inside 50.
You.
Over the back to Ablett. Ablett with possession number 37. Yes, he will get 40, make no mistake about it, for the 3rd consecutive week. How long since that's been done again, Das?
Never in the modern era.
Gee, that's a long time. Look at the kick to Bock. Out of bounds from the full.
Big K's cleaned up Angus Monfries off the footy. It was a legitimate shirt front. Nothing untoward in it. Here he goes. Bang.
And Monfries accentuated the head contact, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he's up and running around, so there wasn't much impact in that one. It did get him high, but very, very low impact. Minimal.
He was trying to milk the free.
Me.
Umpire said, no, no, no. The Jetta kick is good to Ryder.
They've just got the Suns off the bit now. They haven't been able to work it past halfway.
There's the hit.
What do you reckon, Das?
The power of one step is pretty impressive, isn't it? And he's had an intent tonight that if you get in his way, he wants to hurt you. And this is a bit of a Stevie Johnson style.
From a long way out, though.
I'm sure he's got that in the trick bag, Paddy.
Ryder, the big bender! That's one of the biggest benders I've ever seen in my life! Reeves' son, Paddy Ryder, has kicked a 45-metre around the corner bender.
Just as I was saying, few players should attempt this. Ryder is one of the exceptions.
Here we go.
That is just extraordinary. To be able to snap and get that amount of distance, well played, brilliant goal.
Loving the work of Paddy. 3 Bomber goals in the row here in the last quarter. Dyson Hebble to Davey. Went back and got it again. Jetta.
Still me.
Reemers. Job. Heppel wants to get back on the left.
Yours.
Does it nicely. Here's Warnock. Riscatelli said, please don't give it to me. Brennan's kick was smothered. They're under enormous pressure now. And they just need to settle here. McKenzie's a gun kick. He hammers it long. Shaw's going to run onto it and kick the goal. And he might get another. Goal will count. Score will count.
Oh, what a great reply. He's had an impact, the substitute. McKenzie summed it up well. With a big long barrel. Release that man there. Matt Shaw.
Well, what a great bit of play. Once again, they just had the open forward line. That's the second time we've seen McKenzie go for the long barrel.
He got pushed after he kicked that, Richo. But I guess just the one free there. It's after the umpire signals the score, I think. Elwyn Davey is going to bust them open here and run into an open goal. 12-point lead, the Bombers.
Well, it's going to sound like I'm being harsh on Jared Brennan. He's an exciting player, Richo, and he's capable of doing things very few players can do. Every now and then, you've got to understand the basics of the game. This isn't the time to be pirouetting, spinning out of trouble, don't argue time. That is just play the percentage, absorb the pressure. If you have to go to ground and squeeze a handball out, he's tried the miracle when it wasn't the moment to do it. A couple of times, the basic things, one of the great keys to footy, you've got to be predictable. Your teammates have got to understand what you're doing, and that just hurts. Guy McKenna will be ripping his hair out as we speak.
Well, last roll of the dice. To put a loose man behind the ball now, just to try and settle things down for a minute or two, the Gold Coast Suns.
Caddy.
Get it back on their terms.
Weller. Smith with a iffy handball. Look at the Bomber numbers around Smith. Like seagulls to a crumb. Harbrow might ask Campbell Brown in a moment what he would do now if he were out there in terms of anything to slow it down. We'll go to him in just a moment. Here's an opportunity with Howlett to bang it forward. They fly. Gee, that's a free against Lynch, I reckon, and might well go to Cramery.
Straight at him.
And it
Go
will.
through. Go through.
What do you reckon, Brownie? Is there something you'd tell your teammates now if you could?
Geez, I'm not too sure about that free kick either, but we just need to get our hands on the footy. Like you said, BT, the Essendon seem to be swarming around and just have more at the drop of the ball, and they're simply getting more chances.
I think you may be right, Brownie. Just looking at the replay. It was in the air when the ball was there to be won, and you can't stop yourself mid-air, so pretty harsh, but it was in the back, I guess.
Cramery, kick-off line. 13-point Essendon lead now.
What do you got to do now, Brownie? They've just got the ascendancy. They've got the weight of numbers going there your way. What do you think the instruction should be to your guys at this moment?
I think just keep taking risks, mate. We got ourselves back in the game by taking the game on, and and being predictable to one another, and I think that's what we've got to do now.
13-point lead, not a 14-point lead. Sorry about that. Here is Bennell. Kick around the corner and finds Caddy. Josh Caddy, game 5.
Play on.
Down the line, risky kick, and yes, I agree, that was out of bounds on the full.
A lot of fatigued players out here at Metricon Stadium at the moment. And
I think I saw in the background Josh Fraser having a bit of a puke then, didn't I, when Fletcher was taking that kick? Opportunity for Ablett. Tape involved as well. Brennan around the corner. They need to stop the play, and this will do it for them.
There's Gary Ablett just picking himself up. But his work rate has just been unbelievably off the scale tonight, and you can see he's just fatigued. 38 possessions, 7 tackles as well to go with that. 2 goals.
Some players are... Just wait for this to go.
Pears. Crammery direction. High up over the top was Brennan. Scratched it. Got it through the legs. Ablett. Round the corner. Pears. Played the mark. Pears at half forward for the Bombers. Plays on now, goes long and deep, Ryder. Lynch over the top with a fist, was disciplined and nice. Melksham. Stanton. Picks it from 50. Bangs it deep. Should have probably marked it, Hibbert in the end. Need to clear here, Gold Coast. Harbrow upended. Tape trying to blast a hole through another pack. Fraser out wide. 2-horse race here. This is Shaw. And that was Carlisle behind. Shaw burned him off. Now the oldest player in the AFL playing game 350.
Well, that was great anticipation from Dustin Fletcher. He had to leave his man. When Carlisle went to ground, he knew that he had to go. If he didn't go, it was going to be a goal. That's what he's so good at, anticipating things, Dustin Fletcher down back.
The little things he does often go unnoticed. And as Dustin Fletcher was taking the kick, Josh Fraser just having a bit of a perk in the background.
Chris Mew just popped into Metricon to say hello.
Yes.
Good to see you, Mewy.
Kick back in. Lynch. Centering ball. He's got Harbrow. Gives it off to the runner, Bock. He's an unusual bouncer of the ball. Launches to Matera. Got to get back McKenzie. Good mark taken in the end. Hibbert. There's the handball to Kyle Hardingham. Ablett almost hit him on the head. Falcon him, did you reckon? Might have. Swallow. Gee, did Carlisle infringe on Carmichael? Was it a realistic aerialist attempt? Here's Heppel. And he's found the loose man in Jeddah. Oh, they've got the loose on over the top. They're away here, the Bombers. Hocking. Presti will need to save the day. He needs to win this contest, and he has. Brilliantly done by Dion Presti, the boy out of Assumption College in country Victoria. Bock tried to backheel it. Can you believe that? Picked up in the end by the Bombers again, and mark dropped by Crammery. Stanton turns around, launches from the point of the square. Hurley's underneath it. He's there with Warnock. Warnock and Hurley. Hurley keeps his feet this time, or does he? Gave it to Reimers. Keeping the feet important, and Tape's got it.
Did well then, Warnock.
7.5 minutes remaining. The Bombers by 13 points, and in front of a crowd of 17,069 tonight.
Just the clearances have got out of hand for the Gold Coast Suns. 6-0 this quarter. It's been Joe Watson, 4 clearances.
Lingy.
Gary Ablett getting a bit of work on the groin. I'll be keen to hear what Doc has to say. He's limping a little bit, but he is up and about now, and he's keen to get back out there. He's such a competitive guy.
Well, he's on 39, Lingy.
He's had a bit of history of groins over the journey too, hasn't he, Lingy?
He has, yeah, very closely monitored through his workload and his pre-season and that because of the groins. But he wants to be out there amongst this. He sees a sniff of a win.
And about to become the first player in history to record 3 consecutive 40-plus games.
Since Champion Data started recording.
Yes, Richo. Who are you going to tell me? Peter Featherby or somebody?
Oh, Cheezer Williams, Greg Williams.
Okay.
I don't know, did he get near it?
Free kick to Monfries.
Heading front on contact.
Front on contact, says the umpire. Gee, it was Didn't think that was a free at all.
You're allowed front-on contact when you tackle. It's in a marking contest. That's a bizarre explanation.
It's unlucky,
Is that Jobe Watson there? I think it is. Oh, and that's a belch. Won't need to put the sprinklers on here tonight.
70,000 fans. I've seen that on the big screen.
He's just...
We're not laughing at Jobe Watson.
We're not at all.
He's had too much to drink.
It was a collective groan. As that one...
Oh,
That's Blue Powerade coming up there.
He's going to fill a bucket up. And Dion Presti is saying, I don't want to stand here anymore.
Poor old Joe.
Jobe not feeling well.
There's no word.
Monfries to make it a 19-point game. This is a huge kick. Angus Monfries offline. Got some numbers at the back here. Bock to tidy it up, kept it alive. Risky one, Matera. Was he held? The umpire said, get on with it. Here's Reimers. Little one along the ground to Hibbard. Spinning move. There's possession 40. The first time in recorded statistical history. Gary Ablett Jr. marches down the wing. Another bounce. He's got them falling in every which way. Got it inside to Smith. They desperately need a goal here. The Gold Coast Suns, they're down by 13. We've got 5-6 minutes remaining. Bennell. Fletcher. Carmichael Hunt doesn't look like he can bend over too much anymore either. Fraser.
There's some tired boys out here. The Bombers have got numbers back.
Matera's got to go. He took a Bo Peep. Swallow with a handball back to McKenzie with the left boot. It's rolling. It's dribbling. It's just offline. 12-point ball game in favour of the Bombers. Have a look at this for another hit on Ablett. Or was it behind Carmichael Hunt?
Carmichael Hunt on Paddy Ryder. He's been great tonight.
How about Jobe Watson, who's had three of the biggest bars you've ever seen? He's back up, taking the fullback kick out.
Now, if his kids ever see that, he'll just be able to say to them, you're not having a day off school,
Exactly.
kids. If you belch, doesn't mean you necessarily can't do your daily duties.
You've got to be reasonably hard to play AFL footy, don't you? It's back up and going now, Jobe.
There he is. Got a new set of wheels out there, Jobe.
Probably feels a whole lot better, to be honest with you.
The world's best belcher. Over the line, out of bounds. Have a look at the top left of the screen when we replay this here.
Yeah, just Harbrow's just copped him and he wasn't ready for it, so he didn't brace himself at all.
Here's an opportunity. Swallow from 55 metres out, kicks it out of bounds on the full.
And the hydration, on a night like tonight where you're playing up here, it's hot and humid on the Gold Coast. Players will drink 8.5, 9 litres of Powerade. And he copped one in the solar plexus, that was pure Powerade.
Monfries to us. Can't hold back his laughter. Jobe will be interested in that. There's Melksham. Back inside. Wouldn't want to make a mistake, Gold Coast here, or the game will be over in a flash. One more goal for the Bombers will just about do it. Zaharakis from 50 metres out. Offline. 13-point Essendon lead. Still time here for Gold Coast. There is still time.
When the game was there to be won, I mean, it hasn't been won yet, but Jobe Watson has stood up around the stoppages in the last quarter, and
Off hands.
that's what champions do.
McKenzie. I'm telling you now, he needed that point, the Gold Coast, to get it back to an even 2 goals, so that point will help. Going into slow play mode with 3:37 on the clock, the Bombers.
He didn't have another option, though, Dustin. He was under the pump. He had to rush that through.
This is just a little dangerous. Ablett lost a body on Heppel, and he's given away the free.
Must hold them up here. Can't let them get out.
Runner on the bench there, Jobe Watson telling Heppel to slow, slow, slow. Here's Bellchambers. Big Tom Bellchambers kicked the second Bomber goal of the night.
Yeah, young Lynch is just knackered on the mark there. He just couldn't go with him.
It goes to Hurley. Hurley, hands in the back of Warnock, was it? And it'll be a Warnock free. Lingy just in front of you.
Yeah, just a concentration thing, BT. The Suns boys are that tired now. They're trying to keep with their one-on-one matchups, but are struggling to actually keep up with the Bombers. They've got to make sure they keep doing what they've done tonight because it's worked so far.
Oh, boy, they've made Carmichael Hunt kick the ball, and that's not a bad escape plan. Marvellous effort.
20 touches is not bad either.
Hand in the back of Cramery.
Gone red hot on. We understand the rule now, but I'd like to see just a bit of a feel. The last 3 free kicks have been barely a touch.
Been good tonight. Just held it up a bit in the end here. Hocking's got the sit. Ablett had to come in. Soccer out of mid-air there by Jeddah. Bombers are home. Leroy Jeddah has put them 18 points up and a sigh of relief for James Hird. And Bluey thinks, how close were we tonight? But this, make no mistake, is an improved Gold Coast performance.
It's a great shot of that soccer goal. Messi would have been proud of that one. That's a great effort. But it's been won in the contested possession and clearances, and we talk about these stats all the times in footy, but it stacks up, and in the last quarter, Essendon got the job done in those areas, and it's why they've won the game.
Ablett's 44th possession. Riskatelli, long deep ball. Minute and a half remaining in the game. Zaharakis, a little bit of a fumble. Jakey Carlisle, an impressive young man. Carmichael Hunt's played a ripping game tonight. And here's Lynch. Lynch to kick this relatively quickly.
It's interesting.
Plays on, goes sideways.
That's the man to hit.
Yep, he's found McKenzie, the kicker.
Right in range.
The designated hitter winds up. Got a bit too much height on the ball on that occasion. And Fletcher again. Elwyn Davey bounces off the Matera tackle. And a throw against Elwyn Davey, I think this will be. Let's have a look at this. Yes, great pickup by the umpire, Brett Ritchie. And as a result, Matera to line up from 30 metres out and stop the clock just with half a minute remaining. Good looking kick across the face and a minor score.
Plenty to like tonight though, Das, from the Gold Coast.
Been a ripping contest both ways. I think the signs for the Gold Coast, we spoke about some of the hysteria around their first 2 weeks of performance. They're so young, but you've seen development tonight, and that is all I think you can ask for of a young side. It's come from their superstar Ablett, who's just been unbelievable, but there's been enough around the edges to get excited about as well. Not about wins and losses for this team. It's about seeing them improve. They've run out of gas in the end.
It's about being competitive, and they've found the competitive juices tonight.
Absolutely. Likewise to Essendon. They've been flat tonight. They got asked for a special effort at three-quarter time by James Hird, and they found enough to get over the line, Richard.
They kept their structures. They played some good one-on-one footy, and I thought it was a great effort by Gold Coast, but well done by the Bombers. They had to withstand a fair bit of pressure.
Well, they'll celebrate for that man there, Dustin Fletcher. The Bombers have got up by 17 points here tonight in a real good, cracking game.